Alright guys, well, we are walking back to the truck right now. It was pretty unfortunate. I had been scouting a lot the past few days, to like the past week or so, and found some decent spots, found some turkey, but unfortunately all the landowners, I either couldn't get a hold of them, or there were some landowners that had died or had sold their land, and we're out on public land right now. And it didn't look the greatest for turkey. We can go and check out a couple more spots today and just kind of look around. I'd really like to find a spot before opener here, but we heard so many turkey this one day, and the land around it you can hunt. We're gonna drive over there quick, see, hopefully there's still turkey back there, and we're gonna go check that out and see what we can find there. Alright guys, it's a couple days after I had last seen you guys. I'm at the same spot that we left off at. We were going to kind of walk around and scout it out a little bit the other morning, but it started getting a little bit late, and we didn't have too much time, so we threw out a couple crow calls, and we couldn't hear anything gobble just from, we're just at the little parking spot right now. But I think I'm just going to kind of call my way through this morning and keep kind of listening for them and just work my way back to where I had last heard them. I think that's going to be the best shot for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is opener. Yeah, anyways, we're just going to use that crow call. I'm not the greatest at it, as you guys heard yesterday. It's better than nothing. Hopefully we can get something to answer back. So we'll head out here and see if we can get something to answer me. I just heard one gobble right over here. Alright guys, I was just walking back into the woods and I heard a gobble, so I sat down quick. I didn't even get back into the woods yet really, and I sat down and just gave him a couple calls there. So we'll start working our way back here, see what we can do. We just made it back to the truck, or we're just about back to the truck. And yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying, this morning was alright. I mean, we heard a couple, and we were actually able to get out on some land, which was pretty cool. I think this is our best shot to head out here in the morning. I'm not expecting to get anything. I'm kind of just expecting to treat it more like a scouting day. But I don't know, we'll do the best we can, so we'll see what we can do. Alright guys, well, I was on my way home and you guys just saw what I just saw, and it's almost a little bit frustrating. Not because like I'm super excited that I saw those. I mean, there was probably 6 or 7 turkey. I don't know how many there were exactly, but the problem is I know that this spot gets like hammered on for turkey. I mean, like, it's public land. I don't know if I have a choice. I mean, it's really, really tempting when you go out and you look all morning and you can't find any, and then you drive past a field that's public and there's 7 turkeys sitting in the middle of it. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I mean, there's 7 turkey there that I just saw, so we might have a good shot. I have no idea. Yeah, so we found a couple this morning. That's good. Alright guys, it's been a few days since I've talked to you. It's actually been about, since the last time I had talked to you guys, it's been a little over a week. We ended up seeing that flock of turkeys in that field, and I was like, wow, okay, well, I happened to talk to one of the kids in my classes. I had told him where I was planning on heading out, where I had seen that flock of birds, and him and his friends, his couple friends, were watching and have been scouting that piece of land, and they've been watching that
flock of birds for the past like week or so since I had talked to them. So told me all about that flock that we had seen. I think they said there's about 40 or 50 birds in that flock. We headed out that morning, and we hadn't seen anything early morning. We had heard some gobbles, things like that. It was pretty slow, a little bit rainy. It was a calm day, but it was rainy and overcast. And probably about 50 to 60 yards down, I just see a gobbler walking right down the bottom of the ravine. He worked his way up the top of the ravine, and basically we had no shot at him, but he was within probably 20 yards of us. He was right behind this little clump of dirt that came off the ravine, and he was just sitting there gobbling like crazy. And we just slowly started hearing him gobble up the hill, and we never ended up seeing that guy again. And that's pretty much all the action we had opening morning. We hunted a few more days after that. I think I hunted 3 more days after opener, and I had went out and scouted the night before this upcoming hunt. I had a plan of where to set up and kind of where we could find them. But basically we headed out the next morning planning on going to that spot. Shut the doors and everything. We're getting ready to go. It was about a mile walk down to like our left. And out of nowhere, this gobbler up to our right that was like basically in these people's backyards was just like gobbling like crazy. Like it would not stop gobbling. I'd never been back in that area before, but I was like, okay, we've got a good chance at this bird because he was still up in the roost. We got there really early. Basically, the way that this was set up is there's houses here, the hill goes down, and this is all private here because the houses own most of this land, and just barely on the edge of the woods, there's like literally 100-foot by 100-foot area that is public woods to hunt. And that was like the only little section we had to hunt the bird that was roosted basically in these people's backyards. And I figured he was out of the roost, but he was not. He had stayed in his roost, I think, an hour past the like official sunrise time, which I feel like is pretty late. He had flown down to our left, and he had stayed there he was still gobbling the entire morning. He was answering our calls, things like that, but he was pretty hung up. He wasn't coming into us. Starting to call a little more aggressive throughout the morning, trying to get him to answer back to us. I started texting Tyler, which is the kid that had helped me out on opening morning, and he had said, you know, like if he's pretty hung up, you could try and gobble to him. I started gobbling, he'd gobble back, I'd gobble right back to him, he'd gobble back. It really got him. I think it started getting him fired up. So that was pretty awesome to start kind of interacting with him a little bit more. But he would not budge. He was just sitting there. And out of nowhere, 2 hens come flying into my left. They flew down from something. I don't know where they were behind us. How they got there, I have no idea. they literally straight lined, like they weren't feeding nothing, they straight lined to that gobbler. But I mean, they were on a mission, and I think that is why that gobbler was staying so still, is because he knew that he was going to have hens coming to him. I was honestly like really upset. I remember even leaning over and telling Ty, like, this is probably done, because they're just going to link up with him, go off to the left, keep moving, and we'll never see him again. He's already going to have these hens with him. Why would he want to come into our hen decoy when he has 2 hens that are walking straight up to him? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call real aggressive for these last couple of calls here in this next 30 minutes or so, and I'm just going to try the best that I can to get them fired up and come in. Kind of up on the ridge, I had seen a hen like kind of walking across, and I was like, okay. I was watching them the whole time, and out of nowhere, probably a few seconds after I'd seen that hen walking across, the like entire flock came full sprint straight at us. Like, no joke, fully sprinting straight at us. The hens were coming right at our decoy, and there was 2 gobblers, not the one gobbler I'd heard all morning. It was not only one, there was 2. I'd say around 4 or 5 hens. It wasn't only the 2 hens that we had seen. I mean, it was a whole flock back there. I think what had happened and why this had worked out so well is calling a little bit more aggressive. I was originally calling aggressive just to try and get that gobbler fired up as kind of a last resort, kind of like Hail Mary sort of thing. And what ended up happening is, calling more aggressive, it pissed off the hens, because they're like, there's obviously that lead hen, the same way that there would be like a more dominant tom, and they're over there doing their thing with the toms, and out of nowhere they hear a super aggressive hen that they've never heard before. Obviously they're gonna be mad, so they all came running straight down into the decoy, and as they started getting into the thicker brush, they kind of slowed down a little bit, I think, to kind of look around for where that hen was at. All it took was that hen in the front of the pack to slow down, and they all kind of bunched up together, and literally the entire flock started fighting. The hens were fighting each other, the toms were fighting each other. They were all super pissed. You can hear the hens like purring super aggressive, and I'm just sitting there waiting to get a shot on this tom.
Dude! Oh my god! It all happened so fast. I'm still shaking. I haven't really even got a chance to look at the bird yet. But I have a hen decoy set up. I'm sure I'll talk about that with you guys here soon. But there were 2 hens that came in out of nowhere. I have no idea how they got there, because there's a marsh behind us. And I mean, no joke, like the public line here, where the public hunting land, I'll show you guys the fence. It's literally 10 feet this way, and I couldn't have shot this bird. So, and there's so much wood around here and so many trees. I had such a little gap, and he turned straight at me, and I was just able to get a shot. And he was full strut, everything. And man, what an amazing bird. All right, so he's got some decent sized spurs on him. Probably maybe close to an inch, if not maybe like 3/4 of an inch. So nothing huge, but I can show you guys his fan here.
So thank you guys for coming along and being able to see my first ever turkey. And I just really hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait to get out and make some more videos for you of hunting and fishing and anything you guys like. Just leave it down below, and I'd love to make the videos for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to get out and learn some more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.